sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the beautiful city of Seattle. We welcome you inside Lumen Field, the home of the Seahawks. Tonight on Sunday Night Primetime, it's the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Seattle Seahawks on Sunday Night Primetime. He fields it at the 8. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And he'll be forced out of bounds, but a very solid return. Out of the gun, they'll throw to get things going. He's got Firemouth open on the left side. And he can't get away. They rally to the football defensively. Bring him down for no gain.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And, man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him. Boye Mafe in for the sack. It's a loss of 9 and sets up third down. Now Seattle going to use the first of their timeouts to talk things over before third down. He'll drop the throw. And that is incomplete.
Remember what they told us, Mike, leading up to this game. They said it is so critical for us to find success, especially on third down. We want to maintain possession, extend these drives. Well, the first crack comes up and they fail through the air, and we have to regroup and be able to have better success throughout the remainder of this game.
So the Steelers ready to kick this one skyward. As this drive went backwards, he's on to kick it away. This returnable from inside his own 40. And it's a very nice return. He has given the offense a short field. Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line.
Ready!
The first carry for the Spartan, Kenneth Walker. And he'll manage to bring this down to about the 37. Junior Colson there to make the stop.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9. Okay, great.
It is 2nd and 9.
Rig alert, rig alert. 60 Bison, 60 Bison. Cowboy 80.
RPO and a quick hit to Smith and Jigba. And he won't get away. Good open field tackle there to get him down behind the line.
Certainly not how they drew it up for his first catch of the game, but he's on the board, and I think the hope is continue to go his way, and next time, let's try to pick up some yards.
To the left side, and is caught by Horton. And a Good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the first down marker.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the first down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks. Now they got a fourth down decision to make.
Timmy Fairbairn coming on to try the field goal. Officially an even 50-yard attempt. And he missed it. It's no good. And this will remain a scoreless game.
And this is the danger of trying these long field goals. Remember, Mike, if you miss, the other team gets the ball at the spot of the kick. So it's going to end up setting them up for great field position as they start this next drive.
Right away, they'll set up to throw. That's swung out to Etienne. Oh, nice open field tackle there. He could not get free. They're going to stop him for no gain.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Try again. It's 2nd and 10. Here's carry number 1 for Travis Etienne. And they'll have it across midfield down at the opposing 46-yard line. 14 on the pickup. That's a Steeler first down.
Really nice explosive play there on the ground. And tell you what, for these fans sitting in the stadium, they're not used to seeing their home team pushed around. So continue to be physical at the line of scrimmage. Mix in the runs with the pass. And if they can continue to generate these big explosive runs, I don't think they need to go away from it.
They'll go back to Etienne on first down. This time the sledding becomes a little more difficult. They're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
You could tell the entire time that running back is just looking for his crease to get vertical and cut back. But the defense does a great job. Inside-out pursuit, strings this ball out towards the sideline. Nowhere to go, and they make a big stop for no gain.
Second and 10. He'll look to throw. Forced to his right. Escaping the danger, throwing and completing. And he'll be very close to a first down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot.
Just a really good play design that time, Mike, from the offensive coordinator. They match up one of the most explosive playmakers in the NFL with a hook curl defender, and he's just not able to match up with one of the best route runners in the league.
Third and inches. They'll try and run for the first with Etienne. And it looks like he's going to have that first down. He will, not by a whole lot, but he's got it enough. They convert on third down. From the 35, it's 1st and 10.
First down, Steelers.
Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. That's thrown right side, but incomplete. Luther burdened the intended target, and it'll be second down.
At the 35-yard line.
They'll look to throw. That one's incomplete. Good coverage there. Made it uncomfortable for the receiver. Couldn't hang with it, and it brings up third down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
And on third down, that ball incomplete.
Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way.
He has to drive this through the rain, but he does. The kick is good. And the Steelers are out to an early 3-0 lead. So after the field goal to open up the scoring, the kicker's back out for this kickoff. This will be returned from the 6. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Seven back. Come on. Set. 70 Timberwolves. 19 Lions. 18 Cardinals.
On the ground, it's Walker to start the drive. He's inside the 40. Inside the 20. And they're not going to run him down. He goes all the way. 74 yards. Touchdown, Seattle. Now, Amy Fairbairn on for the extra point. It's up and good. And the Seahawks move out to a 7-3 lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Here comes the return from a yard or two deep. Good coverage by the kicking team. He's out of bounds, shy of the 20.
At their own 18-yard line.
Back to throw here to begin the drop. This one broken up. It's incomplete. The defender right there with him. It brings up second down.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
The carry here for ETN. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
All the qualities that make a good safety are seen on display on this play. Speed, pursuit, and then the intensity and the strength at the point of contact for the tackle to keep this ball carrier to no gain. That is a complete safety play.
Here's a 3rd and 10. Now they'll set up to throw. That's going to be incomplete. And it'll leave just enough time for one final play in this opening quarter. On comes the punter now. And he's on to punt for the second time in this opening quarter. And he'll be taken down with the first down as time will run out on this opening quarter. Seahawks football beginning this second quarter as they are set to start the drive with 1st and 10.
Ready, go!
From the shotgun, it's Milrow. And he's out of bounds. Gain of 4. It'll bring up second down.
Nice job here by the defense. Did a good job just covering up everything for the most part. So once this ball was caught, really didn't have much of a choice but to just head out of bounds and pick up a modest gain.
From just across the midfield stripe, here's second down.
19 targets.
From the gun, it's Milrow. That's going to be incomplete. Good work by the defender. Bodied his man up. Wouldn't allow the catch. It'll force third down.
Sometimes it's those footsteps. I don't care how long you've been playing or at what level you've been playing at. When that defender's bearing down, you really get a good idea of what guys are willing to go through contact.
Oh, a loose football. The Steelers think they've got one, and they do.
And with all this talk about ball security, I can tell you firsthand, Mike, a lot of it just becomes mental. It's like the more you think about it, the more you stress it in practice, it almost gets worse. It's one of those things that when it starts to spiral, it's just hard to pull yourself out.
Now, faking the give. That ball flutters to the ground. It's incomplete. Well, fortunate there wasn't a defender right there in the area. Could have been a turnover. Instead, it brings up second down.
I think he knew in the back of his head, Mike, he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked. And with that pressure getting there in a hurry, just ends up being a wasted down.
They'll try again here. Second and 10. On the ground, here's Etienne. This defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple.
He sniffed that one out from the jump. I mean, once he diagnosed and knew where the ball was going, he got there in a hurry, and he put an end to that play really before it ever got started.
It is third and long. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. Open man. That's Luther Burden. He's going to be brought down very close to that line to gain. They're going to mark him just a bit short. And now it's fourth down.
So after being unable to pick up the first down on third down, now they have a decision to make. And, Mike, I think we're seeing this play out all across the league. When you cross midfield, you really enter four-down territory. I think this is a great opportunity to take advantage of the field position, maintain possession, and see if you can get a fresh set of downs.
A field goal, no gimme from this distance. They'll go on fourth down. They'll try to sneak it here, and he's going to have the Steelers first down. As they manage to convert, that'll keep this drive alive.
Pretty simple here, Mike. Every team, they have this sheet up in the box. It's their own analytics telling them when to go for it, when not to go for it. And in this spot, their metrics say go for it, sneaks the call, first down.
First and 10 now from the 36. Here's Etienne. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
Great job by that linebacker timing his blitz. He didn't give any indication to the offense that he was coming. And he's able to get through that hole and take the ball carrier down for a loss.
lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. The Steelers going to use one of their timeouts, and they'll get together prior to the 2nd down play. To throw. That's complete. Calvin Austin. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball. Modest gain.
Pittsburgh will bang a timeout here. That's their 2nd. They'll talk things over before 3rd down.
I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Steelers are back within 1. It's 7-6.
Anytime you find yourself kicking in these elements, Mike, you just can't take anything for granted, especially when it comes to your plant foot, your balance, your control, your footing. It's so important, and give credit. He does a great job here, able to put that one through.
He'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Come on. Crackle 80. Cowboy 80.
This drive starts on the ground with Walker. And he's going to be knocked down hard behind the line.
I can promise you that is not how they wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, there was just nowhere for the back to go on that run.
2nd and 11.
19 tight. 19 tight. Let's go now.
Out of the gun. It's Milrow. That's caught. It's Kenneth Walker. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
A bit of a quick hitter here. What you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short game.
Ready.
3rd down. They need 5.
60. Get it. Ready.
To the air. It's Milrow. And that is incomplete contact, but no flats. It's going to be 4th down. So it's 4th down. The Seahawks send out the Aussie Michael Dixon to punt. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The drive begins with a carry from Etienne. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
Two minutes to play in a tight one-point game in this 1st half. We're back to Seattle after this. Good work there defensively. Knocked it away, and that pass falls incomplete. DK Metcalf was the intended target. And it's going to be 3rd down.
They've been a little up and down in this 1st half. I mean, they have less than 80 yards of total offense, and halftime looms. So missed throws like that, those are missed opportunities. They've got to hit the plays when they have them if they want to have a chance to leave here with a win.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete.
That has to be a disappointing end to this drive. Just think, when they took the field on this possession, Mike, they're thinking they got a shot to go down there and take the lead, but they couldn't even get to midfield, let alone the end zone. If they end up getting another shot before halftime, they've got to find a way to have better execution than they did right here.
Dragon 60. Let's go. Viking 18. 18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal. Go.
On 1st and 10, here comes Walker. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
Looked like that might have been a RPO, a run-pass option. The quarterback has the ability to put the ball in the belly of the running back or pull it on the pass. Looked like he might have been better off pulling that one because he handed it off, and there was nowhere for that running back to go.
Stick and jig the left side. He's got it. And he'll be tackled up around the 45-yard line. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Straight ahead, it's Walker. He'll try to get back to the line, but it's not happening. Gonna lose a yard.
How would you like to be this running back here? You get the ball, you're thinking, all right, get through the line, and next thing you know, the big old D tackle's just waiting for you there in the hole. Nowhere for you to go as he takes you down for a loss.
Play action, it's Milroe. I had a defender draped all over him, incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a 3rd down.
So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least, it stops the clock. Catch your breath, get back in the huddle, and this next play, it's got to be a gotta-have-it best play call.
3rd and long. Throwing is Milroe. Oh, a huge mistake late in the half. It is intercepted. And the Steelers will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line.
I would love to see his weapons do a better job, Mike, especially in the middle of the field, getting open in these zones. I just feel like there's been tight coverage, a lot of little windows to throw through, and yes, anytime you turn the ball over, it's on the quarterback, but
oh, in trouble, and down he goes. And now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout. They'll stop the clock, 24 seconds to go until halftime. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. That's complete. It's Metcalf. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. He'll go right and find his running back. And he is out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage, so he's going to end up losing a couple yards. Not a good 1st down.
what they teach these backs is when you catch a check down, immediately try to get vertical. Try to put a hole in the defense coming to rally tackle. So give credit to the defense here. They strung this out and made him go sideways, and they forced him to go so far sideways, he went out of bounds.
That's going to wind up incomplete. Not much time remaining. Time for one more snap here in this first half.
And you don't earn the reputation this guy has, Mike, without having some really elite ball skills at your disposal. I mean, he's universally considered one of the best corners in the entire league, and when he makes plays like this, it's pretty easy to see why.
Here comes Chris Boswell to try a field goal. And this was the old NFL record spot, a 63-yard attempt. And he's going to be out of bounds. Triple zeros up there on the clock. We have reached the end of the first half.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Third quarter set to commence. And we're back underway here on EA Sports. This taken in at the 8-yard line. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30.
29-yard line.
He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
Running back looked a little unsure of himself on that carry there, Mike. You have to think back to that fumble earlier in the game. How much is that still weighing on his mind? He didn't really seem to attack that hole like we've seen in the past. He gets stopped. No gain.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
Ready up.
3rd and 5. Now Milrow. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. Just his first catch. They have held him in check so far, but that one gives him a first down.
I know, I'm biased. But listen, you can't convince me, Mike, that there's a better option on the field, especially when you got a guy like this, then on 3rd down or critical moments, that's where the ball needs to go. The size, the speed, the matchup problems that he creates. If I was in a critical situation, there is no doubt where I'm going with the ball.
From the 46, here's 2nd and 8.
The Steelers, 26
Seven
yard
Pirates.
line.
Seven.
Now it's Milrow. Get this complete to Horton. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8.
These curl routes, he's been running these routes since he was a young kid in Pop Warner football, and I like to call it pulling the string. You've got the defender thinking you're going downfield, and you stick that foot in the ground, work back to the quarterback, friendly to the ball, and really nice job picking up the first
They
down.
try to swing it outside, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Queen. The defense comes up with the big play, and the pick six changes all the momentum. New leader in this one with that touchdown.
Mike, this is one of those plays at the end they're going to look back on and say that play changed the game. Not only do you create the turnover, you take it back the other way, and now you find yourself with the lead here in the second half.
Seahawks 7. Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. He fields it at the 8. He'll get this up past the 20. That's where they'll set up shop.
At their own 22-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 22.
Check.
On the handoff, this is Walker. He is met and dropped. A couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too.
Back's doing everything in his power to try to get that ball around the edge to the boundary, but just great pursuit there by this linebacker, staying with his angles, running through contact, and he makes the play behind the line.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. Here's Milrow to throw. A throw there on 2nd down, going to be incomplete.
I think the biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. And sometimes he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. Question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
Number 15 gets 15 yards out of that one, and he's got his team a first down.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
That's a gain of 16. This offense is humming. A first down.
And with that run, this back is closing in on almost 100 yards for the game today, Mike. He's had a lot of those good chunk plays. This defense has not had a great answer for him so far.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. Milrow. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line. A gain there of 24 yards. First down, Seattle.
Really nice answer to the previous drive from this quarterback. You want to play at this league and you want to play for a long time, you better have a short-term memory because mistakes are going to happen. Really nice job here bouncing back, putting together a promising drive, and he's open to come away with a touchdown of his own.
The run up the middle, it's Walker. And the strength on display, rambling through tacklers for a gain of 8 yards.
At this point, we're going to need two hands to count for how many yards he's averaged in this one, Mike. But unfortunately, it just hasn't been enough to overcome the deficit here at this stage of the game.
60 back. Go.
He'll drop to throw. Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be third down.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
Panther 60. Panther 60. Hawk 70. Hawk 70. 70 Timberwolf.
Now Seattle going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll talk things over before third down.
Ready, set. Let's go now. Cowboy 80. Go.
They'll try and run it with Walker. And he's in. Kenneth Walker. Touchdown, Seattle. That is second touchdown of the game. This one number 7 on the year.
That's a heck of a run right there, and I can't tell you, Mike, how many running backs coaches I've heard over the years say, your responsibility with the ball is to make the first guy miss. We can't block everybody on the field. That's the role of a good running back, and you see it here. All it takes is one missed tackle to get this guy in space, and he's able to do the rest with his legs and take it all the way.
Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Off play action. He'll set up to throw. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And he's down inside the 40-yard line. They'll have a first down. It's a gain of 28.
So the athleticism of this tight end is pretty well documented, Mike. I mean, he can pick up yards after the catch. It's just such a rare trait for tight ends. So it's the size, it's the speed, it's the matchup problem. I mean, we got a glimpse of all of it right here.
And he will slosh his way forward on the wet surface for a gain of a yard.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment, keeps this to a modest gain at best.
From the 35, here's 2nd and 8.
Let's go. Panther 60. Panther 60.
He'll look to throw. Now a screen set up for Etienne. And they will take him down at the 20-yard line. They had the right play call. The screen goes for 15 and a first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 20-yard line.
60
In the red zone now, he'll drop to throw. Forced out wide. Just trying to avoid the rush there. He's hit as he threw when the pass is incomplete.
The relationship between the pass rush and the pass coverage is critical. The better you rush the passer, the more pressure you can take off your coverage, and that's a great example why.
Back to the air again on 2nd and 10. That's complete to ETN. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
A gain of 4, and it's 3rd down.
So both teams trade touchdowns in that frame as we get through the end of the 3rd quarter. And Sunday Night Primetime continues after this. Big play coming up. This is 3rd down. Now they'll set up to throw. He bought as much time as he could, but he will finally be taken down.
I see a lot of tired legs out there on both sides of the field, Mike. Looks like this pass rush has found a little bit of a second wind. They come away with a big-time sack, and it brings up 4th down. And this has been such a tight game, but that's a big one right there. I mean, you need a kicker with confidence. Well, this guy, he fits the bill. He steps up and knocks it through to give his guys a lead here in the 4th quarter.
So, after the field goal to take the lead, kicker is back out there to send this one away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback.
Get it! Hawk 70! Hawk 70! Ready?
Throwing now, Milrow on 1st down. They'll try to set up the screen here with Walker. He's close to a 1st down. To gain a 9. Nice pitch and catch on 1st down. From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd and 1.
44-yard line.
70 Timberwolves!
From the gun, it's Milrow. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. It's incomplete. He was looking for Kenneth Walker out of the backfield. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Liking 18! Ready?
From the shotgun, it's Milrow. Oh, and that throw not able to be pulled in. It's incomplete. Looked like he may have got a little ahead of himself there. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
So prior to that 3rd down call, Mike, I thought they put themselves in a pretty good situation. At that down and distance, they had run and pass, both at their disposal, but nice job by the defense being up to the task. Force the incomplete, brings up 4th down.
Trailing late, they've got to go here. It's 4th down.
Ready? 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Ready?
That's going to be caught. And he's going to have a Seahawks 1st down as they get the conversion with a gain of 14.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
He'll get this complete to Walker. And he's not going to get too far and tackled after a gain of just a yard.
Mike, I love studying the NFL and just seeing the amount of ways NFL coordinators are able to get their running backs now involved in the passing game. They're kind of chess pieces. They can move them out in the slot. They can put them out wide, of course, out of the backfield. It's a big part of today's modern NFL.
Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1. It is 3rd and 10.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Here we go, here we go. Cougar 19. 19, 18. Check, check. Unlock line. Check out.
Once again, it's Walker. And that's not going to work either. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. It's going to bring up 4th down.
No gain on the play.
Pretty obvious they're just trying to catch the defense off guard. Everyone's thinking 3rd and long. That's a passing down, and we're going to sneak a run in. So give credit to this defense. They were well prepared for both run and pass. And
that's 3. 3rd time tonight he's been intercepted. Picked off by Dane Belton. And the Steelers are going to take over at their own 41-yard line.
So all game, we've seen him take the approach as just being a game manager. But one thing you have to do if that's the case is you have to protect the ball. You can't turn the ball over, especially if you're struggling to push the ball downfield. He got a little reckless that time, and the defense made him pay.
They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but first down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable 2nd down.
Ball placed at the 45 for 2nd and 5. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. They'll look to set up the screen here. And that one's not fooling anyone. They were on that screen from the start, and a loss of yards on the play.
The best defenders can just sense when a screen is coming. They can tell the body language of the offensive lineman's pass set. They can tell on the drop of the quarterback. It just doesn't look right. It's exactly the case here. Great job getting to the back and taking him down for a loss.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete.
When you get the ball in this situation, what you're looking to do is not only end the drive with a touchdown to put the game away, but you'd love to chew up some clock. So with that incomplete pass now likely putting an end to this series, that's a big opportunity for them to try to close this game out.
And good coverage by the punt team. They stop him before he can get any return cranked up.
On the jump.
On 1st down, it's Milrow. That ball flutters to the ground. It's incomplete. Well, fortunate there wasn't a defender right there in the area. Could have been a turnover. Instead, it brings up 2nd down.
Get it. Viking 18.
Out of the gun, it's Milrow. That'll be taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. That is incomplete. Throw took him out of bounds, and it will be 3rd down.
Pass protection's been a little bit shaky at times, and that was the case there. And even though they're not going to go down for allowing a sack, It was allowing the pressure that ultimately prevented that pass from being completed.
On third down, Milroe. The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line. Josh Hines-Allen. He's in there to drop him, and it leads to fourth down.
19 tight, 19 tight. Here we go. Ready?
They'll try and throw for it with Milroe. Now a ball deep, middle of the field. And the Steelers are right back in this one. They'll drop to throw. Off-balance throw. It's complete. And he takes it down to the 15-yard line. And quickly, the clock stops again. Defense taking the timeout. $1:54 to go.
It's a gain of 17 yards. First down, Steelers.
On play action, he'll set up to throw. Quick throw here is complete. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. His first touchdown of the new campaign. And that is no good. He missed the extra point. That leaves the door open as this remains a one-score game. Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
They'll come up for 1st and 10.
Here we go. Start.
Now it's Milroe. He's going to try it here again. That's hard. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line.
First and 10
Six
at the
to Eagles.
29-yard line.
Hawk 70. Hawk 70.
They'll throw on 1st down with Milroe.
Well, that's certainly one way to bounce back here defensively after giving up a huge explosive play on the previous snap. To bounce back and come away with a sack. Now you find yourself in 2nd and long. You can catch your breath, and the opportunity to get off the field has just gone up.
60 Bobcat. 60 Bobcat. Let go.
Milroe. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down.
Makes it 3rd and 4.
18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal.
Here's Milroe to throw. Got it with Smith in Jigba. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a 1st down.
60 Maverick. 60 Maverick.
16-yard line.
Throwing is Milroe. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught.
The drag route. We used to say this is day one install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
They'll come up now for 2nd down.
Ready, ready. Cowboy 80. Ready, ready.
Throwing again, it's Milroe. He finds Raymond for the completion. And this drive's going to continue. He's taken down, but they are set up with 1st and goal. Now Seattle will use the final timeout, and they'll have a chance to talk things over after picking up that 1st down. To throw again is Milrow. And that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Queen. And the Steelers are going to hang on the final play. They get the turnover to seal the game. So this one, a win for the visiting Steelers. What a finish to this one. The defense comes up with the interception in clutch time to seal it on the final play, and the defense walks off the field with the victory for their team.